Hello hardcore gamers and welcome back to Slothmer, that goes nowhere, on Warhammer Return to Reckoning, as we make our way through the world of Warhammer Fantasy. We're just going to continue doing some of this PvE. As I said in the last episode, I kind of want to get to the first war camp, which is just here, before I focus on doing PvP, because at the moment I haven't really got the gear and I am only level 4, so I can always just I can get the gear when I start doing PvP. And by the time I get to that war camp, there should be more players online. So the more players in PvP, obviously the more fun it's going to be. Especially in scenarios. Having scenarios with a couple players is actually quite good fun, because you can prove that you know your class, because you're dumping on a load of other players. However, the only downside is obviously you don't get the full scale of fights. Because it's in some scenarios you can have like 20v20 in tier 4, and those are absolute carnage. Good fun, but absolute carnage. And they tend to be filled up with pre-made groups as well, kind of like what you have in WoW. If you can have a pre-made group to dump on everyone, there's probably going to be a pre-made group to dump on everyone. Okay, take out some witch elves. I did have to rebind my, going through key mappings, rebind my backpack window, because it was originally on Bravo B. I had to rebind it to India, to I. I can't stand it being on a different keybind. Here's the witch elves. So I'm used to every single other one of my MMOs, or not just MMOs, or pretty much every single other game I play with keybind of inventory being on I, or being able to press shift and you load up some form of inventory or some form of window. So some more witch elves over here. I think my next quest is to go through those trees there. I'm not too far from learning exactly how to use, how to do public quests. Normally the first public quest should be soloable. So you've got different levels of public quest, which I'll explain while killing these witch elves. So you've got normal, easy, normal and hard. You can see where the public quests are by just looking on the map, and you can see these little treasure chests. Each of them will tell you what type of public quest they are. So that one's a normal public quest, this one's a hard, this one's a normal, this one's an easy. Tell you what difficulty they are, what ranks they recommend, what rewards they can give, and how many players they're designed for. So this is 6 to 9, between level 3 to 5. If you go in there as level 7, you probably won't need 6 to 9, you probably will be able to solo it. Because leveling in this scales quite rapidly. So if you are level, if I'm level 5, I'll be able to kill lower level mobs quite easily. Each chapter have public quests, and now I've got into the first chapter, you can see what rewards I can get. So while doing a public quest, you earn influence, different rates, and then my reward, my first reward will be a healing potion or an action potion. Second one will be some boots or or a belt. And the final one is normally a weapon or a shield or some form of accessory. Also, I want this two-handed sword. So that's what I'm going to aim for. Go rescue some wounded citizens, which are just, I can just walk over this. So this game also has dungeons, hasn't got raids that I know of. I'm not sure whether Land of the Dead is still in the game. So back in the day you had Land of the Dead, which is here. Nope, which is not that one. Land of the Dead, which is here. Which is this map. It was essentially a load of different public quests around the map. And you had to secure each of as many as you could on your side and on the order side. This is the destruction side. If you win the battle for the Land of the Dead, you will be able to go in half an hour before the other side. You have to try and do as many public quests as you can to get some scarabs, to hand the scarabs in, to then go in and do the dungeon. I'm not sure how it's done now, because this was when it was first released. I've not done that Land of the Dead in this Return of Reckoning. But, so those are kind of like open world raids as they were. You do also have actual dungeons. So the dungeon I know most about is down here. Okay, it's not on the map. It's just here, which is Bastion Stair, or BS, as it's known. Or you've also got, for Dwarves and Greenskin, you've got, that's the wrong map. The Badlands. No. Trying to remember all these maps off the top of my head. It's not Barrack Var. It's not Marsh of Madness. I swear it's in Badlands. So wherever it is, it's in one of these maps. It's not in tier 4. Wherever it is, you've got Mount Gunabad, which might actually... No, so you've got Mount Gunbad, which is a very large dungeon chain. Then at the beginning of the game, at level, I think it's level 11 to level 15, you can see people talking about in chat. Sewers is the first dungeon you can unlock. So, Jatanator and Blackfish enjoy doing sewers. I'll probably be doing it later on today. Once again, I'm going to binge play this because I really do enjoy this game, and I want to get to level 40. The grind to level 40 is actually quite a long one. Obviously, that's max level for this game, or max official level, because you've also got renown, which takes into account. From like level 30 onwards, it'll take, if you don't grind mobs, if you don't do leveling, XP farms, it can take you some time if you just play through the quests. But it's doable, and it's not over the top. So in each zone, you have these as well, which I'll show you in a second.
With other players not only makes questing easier, it also enhances the fun social aspects of Warhammer Online.
Right, so every area has a kill collector. If you ever see a kill collector, click them, or else you won't unlock it. So here, this kill collector is looking at us. It destroys as many dark elves as possible. So whenever we kill a dark elf, or a number of dark elves, we can come back here and talk to the kill collector, and he'll reward you for killing a load of dark elves, which I'm going to kill a load anyway. So one bonus that you have as a sword master is these, which are essentially enchantments for your weapon. So this first one is your enchanting blade with the spirits of the dead. All your melee attacks have a 25% chance to increase your group's wounds by 10. So you can only have one enchantment on at a time, and this is essentially a heal. Every 25, every attack I do is 25% chance to heal myself and my team around me. Which is quite useful. Grab all these quests.
Very well. Now do your duty. I have need of your services. Very well.
I believe that quests overlap, unlike Lord of the Rings Online, where you can only have so many quests being tracked at once, and they won't all show up on the map. I believe that all these will show up on the map. It'll just be a very, very messy map. Just sell all this junk.
You have chosen well.
But that's about crafting, not too worried about crafting at the moment.
You have pleased me.
So you can get, so this is a set reward, level 7. You need to do a certain discordant skirmish scenario. I'm not sure what's so special about discordant. So one, but hey, here you got mailbox. Okay, take items. I'm not really sure what that is. Never seen this before. It should be under quest items, right click. Speak to a renowned trainer in any tier 1 app, which is down here. So now I've got a load of quests. I'm going to ignore this guy for the time being. This is all about crafting, and I never did crafting, and I have never done crafting in this game, so I'll probably take a few minutes to read up about crafting. I tend to just avoid it and just play the game a load, make a load of gold, and essentially sell the gold and buy stuff. I mean, so you should be able to see when in my chat down here of when my enchantment procs. There you go. Healed me for 103 experience, which is not. It's quite substantial, I should say. So in theory, I can, if I have enough like proc, so enough parry and enough. I don't think you can't block these Tyrannosaurus swords. If I had enough parry and block, if I had a shield out, and as that always heals 10, and it's questing, so it's right there. As this always heals 10 wounds, I think it does scale. I could, in theory, keep myself alive without needing heals. In theory, if I had enough block and parry.
Remember your duty.
Equip that. Just kind of need to see what the quest is in each area. So now I'm looking for a barrack report, which is above me somewhere. Guessing it's back here. Probably this scout probably has it.
Greetings.
Yep, that's that done. Now I want to jump down into this camp. I need to take out some of these. The only thing I dislike about this game is that WoW and Lord of the Rings Online has. Is that if I need to find some rocks, which I think are these rocks just down here. There they are. So all this game doesn't have, which I'm just not really marking it down for, but when you hover your mouse over mobs, has no form of tooltip. So I can hover over them as much as I want, but it won't say, oh, this is used for this quest, or you need to kill this for this. Which is a shame. But it's not the end of the world. I'm just kind of being a bit lazy with my checking my quests. This is old-fashioned kind of questing. It doesn't always tell you. Some quests don't always tell you where to go. It's not going to hold your hand and babysit you. And every quest will explain what you need to do. So if you are lost, you can just read the quest and it'll tell you, oh, you should go do this, or have you tried doing this? Right, so now I've done that quick quest, got those rocks, gonna hand these rocks in. Oh, accidentally attacked the hare instead. Be interesting to see if I can renew my Phantom Blade. Okay, I have to wait for the previous Phantom Blade to expire before I can proc another one, which is fine. So I can only heal myself once every 10 seconds. Trophies are like, which are these two here, are essentially just cosmetics you can put on yourself on certain parts of your armor. I have to take out 8 of these. Surely there's something I need to do with those prisoners. I may have to change these, instead of pressing control, I may have to change it to shift or something. Because having to turn my hand into a claw each time I want to press control is not ideal. I keep forgetting to loot. I thought I turned on auto loot, but it's got my first piece of jewellery here, which is actually a DPS jewellery, which is quite good. Normally, as you can see here, it's for all the melee DPS, Slayer, Witch Hunter, White Lion. But I've added Swordmaster and Warrior Priest to that list as well. So Warrior Priest and Swordmaster can now be an actual melee DPS. You'll never be able to match the melee DPS of an actual melee DPS, but you won't be far off. I'm going to try and join another skirmish. Another scenario, not called skirmishes. There you go, that's quick. This is one of my favourite scenarios as well. Telebook Dam. Because if you know how to do this scenario, it can go really quickly. If you do not, this can drag out and it ends up being a slog fest. So it does tell you how to do this scenario in that, so you can see there's a lot more players here. There's 9. Oh, I cancelled it. So if you read the intro, it tells you how to do this scenario. If you don't, then you just kind of have to guess. But there's a bomb in the middle. You have to leave the spawn, get the bomb, and take the bomb to the enemy's spawn, the enemy's dam. So we're trying to blow up that dam and cause mass flooding and devastation, and they're just trying to blow up this windmill. You know, who are the real bad guys? Because in my eyes, we're the bad people because we're trying to blow up a dam. Right, so here, okay, so that guy is not being protected. So that chopper just got chopped. Choppers tend to be the best targets. Just because they go into end rage and all this guy is doing is spamming that one skill. I'm going to finish him off. Try and finish him off. I don't think they have a healer, which is a bonus for us. Right, that guy is pounding on. Right, I'm going to aim for these little squishy squig herders. I was going to aim for those squishy squig herders. I am being pounded a lot here. It would be good if I had a heal. It would be good if I... So he had... Oh, okay, a healer died, so I can't be too angry about that. There you get bestiary unlocks. So I've now got the title Squig Bait if you get killed by a squig herder. It tells you how many times you've killed them. So if I go back, I should be able to find how many times I've killed a certain mob. I probably won't be top damage on this one. Because there are a lot more players, yeah. But I think I'm not top healing, but I will obviously do healing as well. So there's the bomb. I'm not sure whether... Okay, the keg's just been reset. So what level? So I've now got level 6 renown. I am level 5. The noise on the horse is a bit derpy in this game. If you can hear that, it's just like it's like a million bloody hooves hooving. I don't know the right word for hooving, but I'm not going to worry too much about the tank hitting our healers. This guy is my target. And he's down. Right, I want to hit that Black Orc. I want to hit the Sorceress actually. I need that. So you can turn auto loot on, so when you see certain loot pop up in the box, like in the top left you can see now. But I need to go through the settings for all those. So I haven't received a heal yet. But that's fine. I'm happy to push their back line, and while I'm pushing their back line, our guys can focus on killing their front line. You see how much done 3k healing already. So Marauders, although they're melee DPS, they can do a fair bit of healing as well. But as you can see, my DPS is pretty low. Alright, so I've got that cloak, which is good. I wait to level 13, but increases my survivability because I've got toughness and wounds. I think if I can't remember where the loot filter is. So the only problem with this map is now everyone's going to go for the bomb, leaving the centre. Which now I'm going to get absolutely trounced. Because everyone's run off. The healer is in their own little world. Oh, I've got a heal. Got res. Fine. Pointless to res me if I'm not going to get a proper heal, but okay. Close. And I've just got this. Thank you. So I've got this attack now. This is essentially like a taunt. What makes the Swordmaster so good is that a lot of your damage is spiritual damage. And you don't normally have spiritual resistance. Whereas obviously physical resistance is normally based off armor of some sort. So now I've got the bomb. I do have a snare on me. I just exploded. Oh, game's over. That's why I exploded. Okay, so let's have a look at my... Oh, slain by Slothmar. Slain by myself. Got to level 7, which is fine. I got 6 war crests for that. So for winning, you get 6 war crests automatically. So I didn't do a bucket load of damage, only 6k. But once again, not a DPS character. I did do the most damage out of all of the tanks, which I am happy with. So I've done that quest. Does it mean I need to do this one? I'm going to join that, whatever that quest was, whatever that scenario was, because I did have that quest to hand in or to do. So I've got this skill here, which is an extra 50 damage over time. I've got this. So this is what I was trying to mention, say in the previous episode, is that all of the dyes and colours in this game are based off of kind of Games Workshop paints that you can actually receive. So you've got this dye here's Midnight Blue dye, which you'll be able to buy a pot of Midnight Blue dye from Games Workshop to paint the miniatures, or to paint your figures, which is a pretty cool extra bit of marketing for Warhammer. What do I have to do here? To apparently relieve these guys from combat. Not sure how I'll relieve them from combat, but... Okay, that's one. Oh, I just have to kill the mobs attacking them. That's fine. Okay. Any more? Let's see if I can change my key bindings as well. Hotbars. So I want to change my controls. What's currently on shift? Okay, fine. I'm going to change these ones to shift 1. Because it's a lot easier for me instead of going all the way down to control. Go. Oh, this guy doesn't like me. Ignoring the NPC and just going straight for me. That already feels a lot better putting that on shift rather than control. I can live with that. Okay, hands questing. Nowhere near leveling. 44%. So the tears of Lilith, I believe, was going to be inside this tower. Yeah, okay, it's in the halls of Lilith, so yeah, it makes sense for it to be down here. But I've not actually done this high elf starting area. So originally when Return to Reckoning came out, you would automatically start in the Empire starting area. So the first thing they did was fixed the Empire / Chaos story from start to finish. And then they worked on, I think they worked on the Greenskins and Dwarves, and then it's the High Elves, Dark Elves. But even when the game first came out, I never really played as High Elves. They didn't really take my fancy. I always played as Empire. My first main was a Warrior Priest. I did play in quite a good guild back in the day. Back in my day. Which I believe my guild got the first kill of, well, first win of Altdorf on our server for Order. Not of Altdorf, because I played War Priest, of the Inevitable City. Were the first ones to win the city fight. Which was quite prestigious back in the day. Now it means nothing. If I put that on my CV now, not many people would understand. Pretty sure these tiers are in that room down there. This game does have tooltips, but if I hover over something, it appears on the right hand side, just below my quest bar. It'd be just nice if it gave a little bit more information than just their name and their level. So I could just click on them if I wanted to see that information. So the tiers should be in here somewhere. Got no action points. Bit sad. That's the only problem with early game, is that you will run out of action points. There's a rune. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that did. Oh, there's one tier. There's a second tier. Is there a rune in here as well? There is a rune in here. Not sure what activating all the runes will do, but I will activate them all. Whether there's a second quest to come back in here, or whether these spawn something. There are some weird things around the world, which if you use them all, or activate them all, like mini Easter eggs. There are a few of them around the world. Like, you're never going to spawn like a random public event like you may do in Guild Wars. Like a random event might spawn if you use a certain item. But a random mob might spawn, like a champion or a hero mob. And just check this last scroll or rune, see what this does. Okay, that didn't seem to do anything, so I'll just leave. The aggro for the NPCs is slightly limited compared to other MMOs as well, so it's quite easy just to walk around mobs or walk past them. And I need to make my way all the way upstairs. As you can see, these guys aren't too bothered about me, which is... Some of them aren't too bothered about me, like that guy on those stairs just didn't care less. It's going to be interesting when I am... So I will probably end up doing slightly longer videos as well for this. So when I get to doing some World v World, they may just be a whole hour or two of a World v World session. Because at the moment, I can continually change content Well, not continue to change content, but I can jump into scenarios when they pop, if they pop. Or I can do stuff left, right and centre, but when I get into World v World, the larger scale PvP, there are some times where you are just stood there attacking a keep. So I'll just obviously cut that bit out, but it'll be slightly longer videos because the fights can go on for a fair bit of time. Especially if it's just pushing pushing out of a war camp, that fight can go on for a good 10-15 minutes just to clear the war camp. If the enemy are good or if your team isn't very well organised. But we are going to do this first public quest in the next video. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you wouldn't mind liking the video, that'd be awesome. Or subscribe to the channel, that'd be even better. And we'll see you in the next one as we clear this public event directly ahead. See you in the next one. Peace out.